Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode 10 of the Git series, the series where we try to implement Git in Scala from scratch. And today we are going to look at a potential bug that I realized after. So this bug is about is in the HashObject use case. It seems that we're not calling the object repository with the right value, meaning the blob, the string blob plus the size and the 0 byte. So we are going to take a look at that today and fix this bug. And well, I can start actually by the file, by the HashObjectUseCase. So just a quick reminder, the HashObjectUseCase is is kind of the service that handles the commands, and the commands represents the user intent. So it can be to hash some text or to hash a file or hash files. And so depending on the command, depending on the type of command, we are calling the function with this function hash to hash byte streams. And actually, you can see here we already have this blob length 0 byte here, but we actually don't have it when we save in the Git object repository here. We use it to calculate the hash. All right, here, so you can see that we are prefixing the rest of the string by this this string, and then running the SHA-1 on that. But if we look here, for instance, we are calling the save with the bytes, which is the not transform stream of bytes. So that means that it's actually the file that we are reading, not the file, not the stream that contains this prefix. And so today we need to fix that. And obviously we're going to start by the test. And we have a test here in the HashObjectUseCaseSpec. So this test here should call the object repository when specified for the command hash file, and it runs for several types of input. So if we read the test here, we can see that, I'm going to start by here actually. We can see that we are calling the handle command of the use case with the command hash file. And this hash file, to this hash file, we provided two file names, one called input and one called empty, and we want to save them to the Git object repository. So in here we are just initializing we are just getting the service using the different layers. This registry here is used to actually register every call to the object repository mock. If we look here in the end, we actually get the value of this registry, and we make sure that it contains the save with the two files that we are expecting. Is there anything else? And so this file map here is used here. A way for the code to pretend to read the actual file, but we are just actually providing the stream. Okay. Anything else here? We're also checking the hash. Very well. And what matters for us here is those two things, the two saves, because you can see here that we are calling directly with the inputs byte. So the input is actually, so this the input is the content of the file. In that case, can be test contents, this string or the empty string. And the input obviously doesn't contain the blob with the size and the 0 byte. And it's the same here, even though it's an empty file, we still need to have the blob, the size, and the 0 byte. So let's try to do that. And to simplify my life, I'm going to create an extension method on chunk. So extension s extension on chunk. So this needs to be generic. Oops. So the question is, how do we do an extension method with a generic type? I don't know. Okay, so I was just checking on internet, and it's actually pretty simple. Just need to express the type, declare the type before, type parameter before, and we're going to create the function. I'm going to put it private. I don't want it to leak everywhere. Private def prefix with blob size 0 byte. Okay, and this is gonna return us a chunk of t. Well, actually now I'm realizing that it's not a chunk of t, it's a chunk of char, I suspect. Oh, byte actually, byte. Yeah, byte. So I was looking for the generic thing for nothing. Okay. Nice. So we are going to return a check of byte, and what's going to happen is that we are going to copy the logic that is here. So yeah, I voluntarily copy the logic that is here to avoid. It's better. I think it's better to have the duplication in the tests. So if this change in the main logic, the test is going to fail basically. Okay, I do have the encoding defined. Obviously, the length is not defined yet. So here I'm not actually dealing with the stream, with the set stream. So I don't have to run it twice, pass through it twice to have the length first, as I did in the HashObjectUseCase. I can just take the length of it because it's in everything is memory basically. Cool. If I know how to write length is th. Okay. That sounds good. So now I can use this function to make sure stack here, and so first maybe we can check the test is passing without that. All right. So actually, this is not compiling. So, oops. So I'm just going to put. I just want to show that the test is passing first. Did I do another mistake again? I wonder if it was because it was stuck to it with the weird, or maybe the indentation. Oops, not this one. The indentation is a bit weird. All right. Sorry that I'm gonna cancel that. Yeah, this like indentation in Scala is really weird. I don't really like it. So what's the problem? Oh, okay. So it's just IntelliJ lagging. Let's see. Okay. We are running. Perfect. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that the test is running without. And then, so we are going to take the benefit of the test, the previous run to fix it. And actually, I didn't prefix here, I did half of the job. So I actually need to do chunk. What method do we have from? Maybe the from is going to be enough. Oh, perfect. Yeah, it's going to be enough. And we do need to add after maybe just concatenation like that's going to work. Chunk. So to suffix with chunk. Okay. And then here's the prefix. Here's the call to the method. The question is, am I going to be allowed to call it as it's private? Seems like it, alright. Let's see. So now obviously we expect the test to fail. Okay, the test is failing as expected. So let's have a look. So you can see here that this height here corresponds to just a blob with 0 and the empty byte. The empty byte. Because it's expected nothing here. Yeah, here we can see basically that we don't have the prefix. We have the same value after, but so that's what we are expecting. So now that we have that, let's go. Whoops. Let's go to the actual use case and see if we can fix that. So what I'm thinking here is that instead of returning a byte, or instead, no, what are we returning here actually? Or instead of returning just a hash, we can also return the updated stream basically. and the update stream is actually that thing here. That can we extract like a variable? Is the prefixed stream. Okay. This is a prefix stream, and we can actually return it here. Prefix stream. So I wonder now with Scala 3 if we can do deconstruction, if we can do that. Prefix or not, because it was not possible in Scala 2. We had to do two things, two expressions. Yeah, by the look of it, it's probably not possible, but let's see what the compiler says. And here, oh, this is the function that we are calling. And I'm just going to okay, let's just put first for the moment, but I really don't like that because it's very ambiguous. So maybe I'll end up creating a case class or something like that. Let's see what the compiler says now. Okay, value with filter is not a member of Zayo, but could be made available with an extension method. Okay, I don't know why he was thinking that it's a with filter, because this is returning we are not returning any boolean, or like it's not a function that returns boolean, so that's very strange. Maybe we still need to do that. It'd be a shame if they didn't fix that. So I can just do hash and prefix string. Great. So this is what we used to need to do in Scala 2. Maybe that's what we still need to do actually. Yeah, it's a shame that it's not possible to do deconstruction straight away. Anyway, here, actually what I like to do is do pattern matching here. So instead of doing the _1, that's really hard to understand. Like as there is no specific name to describe what we are doing, the meaning is often very hidden and it's very ambiguous. So I'm going to see if I can transform that into a block. Okay, and now that I have a block, I'm going to do So we are returning a tuple. So the first part is the hash, and we just ignore the other part, and we can just remove that. And this is a technique that allows to have a much more explicit way of writing code, because you can see that here now we know that it's a hash, is not like the first element of the tuple basically, or the second element, whatever. Cool. Let's try to run the test again. Anything else? Okay. If the test passes, I'm gonna be pretty happy with that, and we can stop the episode here. A short one today. Okay. This is the test passes. So I am going to commit that. Fix bug, HashObjectUseCase was calling the object repository without the blob, length, and 0-byte prefix. Perfect. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.